Let's move on to the second question. Do you think it is safe for trainers to interact with the whales in the water?
Um, I feel like if they had the right training, that it would have been okay, but the animals were trained and the trainers were not. And there was this one guy, I can't remember his name, but he had this scuba diving experience. And I mean, even if the trainers did have a little bit of that experience, it would have been much better for both the trainers and the animals because the trainers went in with little to no experience at all.
Did you know that the trainers aren't biologists, just performers?
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel about the fact that Shamu, the original Shamu, is the first orca to survive for more than 13 months in captivity? And that was like in the 60s.
Well, seeing that they had about 19 Shamus, um, I don't feel good about it. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Possibly. It's very possible. Okay. Did you know how orcas come to be at SeaWorld and other similar parks?
Not until I watched the movie. After I watched the movie, then I knew how they came into sea.
Okay. A majority of orcas that are in captivity at SeaWorld were captured as babies and torn from their pods, which means their families. Does that bother you?
Yes, because there was a part in the movie where they actually where an orca had a baby and they took the baby away, and you saw how they reacted. And I feel like if they were born with the mother, they should have stayed with the mother, and yeah, they should have gone about it a different way.
Okay. Um,
Test tube babies.
Woo! Gotta love test tube babies. Did you know that SeaWorld was ejected from Washington State based on all the orcas they were capturing?
No, I did not. And if that was mentioned in the movie, I completely missed it.
That's why they went to Iceland, and that's where they got Tillicum from. Okay. Tillicum was originally owned by Sealand before he was purchased by SeaWorld. He was trained in a form consisting of punishment involving being deprived of food, causing whale-on-whale aggression where he was continuously harmed. Do you think this is what caused Tillicum's aggressive behavior?
It could have been. Um, I mean, they did feed him, and because of that, they did feed the other whales. Um, so they could have taken different steps. They used reinforcement in the wrong way, which then makes me think that they don't know what reinforcement means, um, because they're stupid, I guess.
Works. Um, okay. This one's a really long one. In the words of the former manager of Sealand, he says, "Our understanding of their behavior was that it was such a highly stimulating event for them that they were likely to repeat it. Yet, SeaWorld used Tillicum and continues to use Tillicum in shows, even after the death of Kelty Bird. What do you think should happen with Tillicum after he's committed 2 more deaths?"
Well, the first death that happened in Canada, um, they should have let him go in the first place, and they shouldn't have even sold him to any other sea land or sea world. Um, but I mean, in that situation, they all want just money. Um, so I mean, it's one thing if he didn't commit murder, I guess you could say.
It is murder.
Um,
It's still murder, even if he's an animal.
so if he did commit murder, I guess it would be okay.
Yeah.
But I still think that he should have been released. And SeaWorld shouldn't have used him in the shows because they were told beforehand not to, and it's probably written in a document that they signed without reading.
Probably.
So,
well, I mean, Sealand, before they sold Tilikum and both of the other whales, were under the impression that Tilikum was just going to be used for breeding, which isn't very smart considering he did have an aggressive personality, I guess, somewhat. So, I mean, does that affect how you feel about him, like, being released?
um, no. I mean, he still should have been released. I mean, if he wants to breed, let him breed in the wild.
Well, they're not really, like, letting him breed necessarily. You know how sperm banks, like, you, and then it's in a cup? It's kind of like that. Yeah. All right, next question. To this day, there is no record of an orca doing any harm to humans in the wild, yet there are countless records of incidents from sea parks where they are held in captivity. Do you believe this is because of the stress they are under, which causes the collapsed dorsal fins, or because of simple aggression?
I believe it's stress because I'm pretty sure if I went on a whale watch, a whale came up to the boat, which probably wouldn't, but if it ever did, I don't think it's gonna attack because I don't think they have the natural instinct to attack. I don't know much about orcas, but from what I do know, I believe that they don't have that natural instinct. And like I said before, there was a part where they were doing a show and they did feed him. Um, well, if you fed him, then he probably wouldn't attack because he's hungry, so he's gonna get any type of food that he can to eat. I mean, I know I would. So.
All right, I just want to go back to question one more time because my camera sucks. Um, how do you feel about the treatment of Tilikum after the incident involving the death of Don Brancho? And, like, basically, he was kept in, like, isolation for 30 days afterwards, and then he's pretty much still kept in isolation now. He's in a separate tank from all of the other whales. He still comes out to do, like, performances and stuff, but he's generally, like, by himself.
I don't think it's right. I feel like they should have just let him go years beforehand. Um, it's all about money, he's the biggest orca there.
I'm pretty sure he's, like, the biggest orca in the
And
world.
that's what people want to see. So they're going to keep him for as long as they can. But in that situation, he's not going to live much longer. Because he's just in such. The tank's probably like only a few more inches bigger than he is.
Well, in recent news, I don't actually know how recent it is, but SeaWorld is actually expanding their tanks. They're gonna make them, like, I think 50 feet deep and like 100 or so feet across. I don't fucking remember, but yeah. Does that affect anything?
No.
Okay. Thank you.